all kinds of insanity. For those of you that are not used to my lives, real quick rundown. How to get your reading, if you would like a personalized reading instead of one of the collectives, is in the body and also in the comments. If I can get my computer to play nice with me. And we're going to pin it to the top. And just a quick reminder, I do not offer free cards. But if you would like a reading that is personalized, you can either get a $15 10-minute reading or a single card for $5, and those are payable through CashApp or Venmo. Okay? Name to send it to is in the comments and the body. And once you've decided whether you want to do a single card or a 10-minute reading, just comment paid once you've sent it through, plus your method, and I'll call you out. But some quick updates. If you are in the Northeast Ohio area, I will be at the Coshocton Pride Fest on Saturday and the Magical Market in Newark. If you do not have the information for either of those events, those can be found in both my Facebook and my Instagram. Just look up Seer, all one word. And ironically, also just copy and paste the name from my YouTube and Bob's Your Uncle. Now, as far as tonight's offerings, if anyone is looking to get a personalized reading, I do have the always handy tarot deck. And I guess my hands decided that today would be a day for already giving a message, because I don't know who this is for, but just a quick warning, I'm definitely getting some, I want to say someone probably in their early mid-20s. You're going to be meeting your BFF a lot because you got a tower moment, if not already happening right now, definitely coming soon. So just a quick warning on that. But as far as the other things I have other than my tarot deck, we also have oracle cards, my lovely bamboo. These are great if you are a first timer and have never had a tarot reading in your life. I've had a lot of newbies realize that tarot reading isn't anywhere near as scary as they thought it was, thanks to these guys. If you need a quick read that is easy and mostly painless for your spiritual, mental, and physical, whether what to do or how things are going to look, I do have this oracle. Hello, Emiliano. Glad to have you join us. And last but not least, I decided to swap out my Lenormand cards for my Gypsy Witch deck. These are really good for any practical readings that somebody might need a little more information on, more of a physical than a metaphysical situation, if you will. These are in case of if you have a job question, relationship question, anything of that ilk. That is more of a what can I physically do instead of what can I mentally do. But to get us started, and just a quick reminder, I am typically only live for about half an hour unless we get real busy, in which case, hey, I do not mind at all going the full hour. But I did plan on doing a video for this one, but since we're all here anyway, just for giggles, let's check out this new moon coming up in Gemini and how we can't use it best. Because I don't know about you guys, but whether it's a new moon or a full moon or any of the quarter moons, I do love to see not just what sign they're in, but what I can use them most for. And the super great thing about, sorry, I thought I saw a notification there, but the super great thing about a new moon in Gemini is, for those of you that have been having some sort of creative block or have been kicking around a project but not quite sure on which way to throw it at, new moon in Gemini is great for brainstorming, improving your communication skills. And to kind of get us rolling on that one, let's do a single card for all 12 signs, shall we? Now, because, you know, there's no good way. Ow! Well, Emiliano, I'm glad that you approve of the idea. Highly appreciate that. But for our Aries folks, let's see what's going to help you jumpstart your new moon and Gemini experience to get those creative blocks out of the way and get those projects rolling. So for our Aries folks, oh my goodness, we're going to ask our spirit guides to narrow that sucker down because that's a whole freaking book. So if you guys don't mind, single card, one idea for our Aries folk. Thank you. Alright, so for our Aries people, to get the most use out of your new moon in Gemini, we're looking at the Queen of Swords. This lady is saying, don't totally put your emotions on the back burner, but definitely make sure that you're looking at things in the most practical way possible. You need to look at, do you actually have the finances to get this jump started? Do you actually have the materials needed for this project? Love my trans people. I have yet to meet one that I did not like. So happy Pride Fest to you, my total tuna can. And definitely appreciate that because tuna, as weird as it sounds, is one of my favorite snacks. But for our Aries folk, definitely make sure that you are keeping your brain on the practical and less on the dreamer. And I don't think I've met an Aries that didn't have that issue, which is even better. For our Taurus folk, how can you guys best use this? Must be a court card type of moon, because for our Taurus folk, King of Coins. Again, we're looking at practical folks, but in this case, you're not only managing your resources and making sure that you're making a very down-to-earth plan, you're making sure that the whole family is on board, whether that is your biological family or the family you made, because I know that a lot of people get confused whenever I say family. I am a prime example of you can create your own family out of scratch and just out of your best friends. But for our Taurus folk, again, for your new moon in Gemini, make sure you've got the family on plan, and most importantly, that you are not just delegating, but listening to everyone's advice on how to get the ball rolling. Make the plan a group thing. For our Geminis, since this is your moon, let's see what you guys have rocking on. Hey, I'm glad to hear that for you, Emiliano. Oh. So for our Gemini folk, I am not kidding when I say it seems to be a court card type of read, because you guys have a reverse Knight of Swords. Now, keep in mind, this isn't necessarily bad, Geminis. Not at all. It's just saying that for your new moon in Gemini, instead of looking for the fastest way possible, no, avoid fast, okay? You need to avoid any shortcuts. That is very important. No shortcuts in what you're trying to do with this Gemini and getting that brain boost and rocking that creativity. Absolutely not. And you're also going to have to watch out for a lack of motivation to use this moon. And hey, if you don't want to use it, no judgment whatsoever. Sorry, I'm not sure on what happened there. So if any of you lost me for a second, don't worry, I stopped talking for about 5 seconds while I was reconnecting. But for our Geminis, make sure that you are watching for distractions and anything that's going to keep you from trying to make that plan. Make a contingency plan to make your plan, if that makes any sense. But for our next contestant, our Cancers, our crabby dabbies that we love dearly. For New Moon and Gemini, what do our Cancer folk need to do to get the most use out of this moon. Sorry, my hands are a little sweaty. It's only 90 some odd degrees. Oh, finally, not a court card. So for our Cancers, okay, how you're going to use this new moon in Gemini, it's not necessarily so much what you need to do to get the most use out of it, but where you need to direct that energy. You've had a lot of conflict going on, dear Gemini, and if it's not going on right now, apparently it will be before that new moon on the 14th. Note that I said the 14th. That is coming up real quick. That is this Sunday. So, Cancer folk, all of these nasty, nasty conflicts that you've been dealing with, more than likely with how logistics are going on, and I would definitely say probably with a close coworker or someone that you don't necessarily have personal warm tinglies, but they still have a high effect on your life. You need to focus that creative energy on how to resolve these issues so that they can finally be not necessarily put to rest, but at least resolved enough for everyone to keep from still looking at each other and hissing and gurring and getting ready to tear each other apart. For our Leos, our beautiful, proud lions, what do you guys have for this new moon in Gemini? Okay, apparently you guys, good, bad, or indifferent, have a triple hitter, because with how these guys popped out, I'm not questioning it. Though we do have another stinking round of court cards. Not complaining, but my goodness. So for our lions, quite literally, we've got the Chariot. So this is saying that you need to use this new moon in Gemini to move forward, okay? This is going to be a great thing for you, but you need to make sure that you're doing these two things right here. Leos, get a solid control on not just your emotions, but with your spirit guides. King of Cups is not just about your emotions and your love. It's also about how you work with your spirituality. So you're definitely going to want to get deep in touch with your spirit guides and make sure that you control those emotions and that they don't go everywhere, that they don't explode in either a spaz attack or of also avoiding shutting down. And also, Leos, I know that this shouldn't be any level of an issue at all for you, but step into that confidence and go rock that damn room, because Queen of Wands, she is all about taking authority, using her creative abilities, and running the show and making sure that everything goes beautifully. So our Leo folks, this moon is definitely going to work in your favor if you choose to use it. Our next victim is our Virgos. And for me, that is terrifying because I live with 3 of these guys. So send warm prayers, depending on what this card is. All right. So again, we've got another double hitter. So for our Virgo folk, again, I want to say, please use this moon, okay? We've got a 10 of Wands. That is all about, yes, there's still going to be work to do, but you're going to be able to reap the benefits and have the party. So please, Virgos, use this new moon to your advantage on how to set better boundaries, how to be able to take charge and say, this is my line. You are not crossing my line. You are going to stay on that side of my line and respect the fact that I said A, B, or C. Okay? Virgos, I know this is not always the easiest thing for you to do, but it's not impossible either. I've got faith in you. And considering the Virgos I know this is not an easy thing to do. But using this moon says you will be able to be successful in setting those boundaries and finally holding them. I've actually got a couple of videos for that, I believe, in my self-care or in my shadow work playlist. So if you need a jump start on how to get rocking on that, I recommend jumping over there. Libras, you are our next victims, my darlings. And just a quick reminder, if anyone would like a more personalized reading, there is zero shame in jumping in and saying, hey, can you pause the collective and do a reading for me real quick? Just a quick reminder, the directions for personalized readings are in the comments and in the description if you need a reminder. But for our Libras, how can you guys use this new moon? What do you guys got? Oh my goodness, again, we're going to have to make a request to narrow that down because this is, again, a whole stinking book. So, my darlings, if you don't mind, narrow down that message for our Libras. Thank you. Well, Libra dears, and I'm actually rather ecstatic because I know a couple of Libras that could use this energy. For love of everything holy, much like our past other guys, please use this new moon in Gemini because it looks like you're going to be having all kinds of breakthroughs. Creative blocks are going to be disintegrating like salt in water. Okay, help me help you. We have an Ace of Wands. It is literally nothing but breakthroughs for you with this moon if you choose to use it. So, Libras, I'm telling you right now, if you've got a project that you've been kicking around or a communication issue, you've been needing something to help you break through it, this is your moon. Scorpios. My goodness, this is a great moon for a lot of you. I literally cannot say enough on how much I'm hoping that a lot of you plan on using this new moon in Gemini for your intentions, because Scorpios, we have the World card. This is literally completion, actually all around happy endings if you prepare properly. Now, Scorpios, I know that it is not always the easiest thing for you to do. I've met enough of you to know that preparation, you kind of halfway do it, but depending on the other things that are in your top three, it definitely doesn't always go well. Use this moon. It is all about preparation, planning, and creative breakthroughs. So Scorpios, to be able to achieve those goals that you've been knocking your head on a brick wall for, use the moon to prepare for all sorts of good things. It will definitely be one of your more beneficial moments. My fellow Saggies, we're next, guys. How can we best use this new moon in Gemini? Alrighty. Well, for myself and my other fellow Sagittariuses, it looks like, you know what, if we want to use it, great. If we don't, no worries. Because either way, we have the tools we need already for our creative breakthroughs and to work with our communication. We just need to get our heads out of our butts and actually use those tools. And if you're anything like me, my fellow Saggies, I get it. I do. Sometimes we get so busy learning new things, expanding our horizons that we're like, oh yeah, we already know that, don't we? Oops. So Saggies, we've got the tools. We just need to use this energy from the new moon in Gemini as an extra little boosty boost. Next up is our Capricorns. All right, you little sea goats. Let's see what your card is for new moon in Gemini. Okay. So for our new moon in Gemini, folks, for Capricorns, and just a quick heads up, I will only be live for another 10 minutes, but at least we will definitely be going through all the cards for our new moon in Gemini readings. But for our Capricorns, you guys have a reverse page of coins. So this is telling me that if you've been feeling blocked from some new job opportunities or different ways to expand your career life a little bit, you're going to want to definitely use this moon to break those blocks and turn this into a this. Those opportunities are there. That possibility is there. Okay? I will never, ever, ever believe that there is such a thing as an impossible block, because I haven't found it yet. But for our Capricorns, because you're stuck right here, right now, direct your energy, if you plan on using this new moon in Gemini, to finding what is blocking you from those new financial opportunities and how to kick them out of the way. Next is our Aquariuses. And I swear to God, you guys have the funniest name and element combo, because Aquarius, you're going to think it's a water sign, right? No, it's an air sign. Gets me every time I think about it. But for our Aquariuses, how you guys, is it Aquarius or Aquariuses or Aquariusi? If there's an English teacher anywhere in the viewers or the comments, can you let us know? Because that's actually a question I don't think anyone's ever actually figured out, whether it's Aquariuses or Aquariusi. But for you guys, your new moon in Gemini is a 2-carder, you lucky devils. All right, so for our Aquariuses, it looks like what you're going to be using this creative breaking energy for is to find comfort outside of yourself. You've been spending too much time up here and not enough time out in the world. You've been a little bit too isolated lately. So let's try and find some comfort in the outside and use this energy to find some creative ways to start connecting with the outside world, connecting with other people, learning how to open your mouth and say, hey, you seem awesome. Let's go for coffee. I got faith in you, Aquarius. You can do this. And last, but absolutely not least, our fishy Pisces. Goodness. Excuse me. Sorry, that one decided to try running away from us. But for our Pisces, it definitely looks like while this new moon in Gemini will not be the easiest, it's actually be still pretty awesome in the long run. So just bear with me, because one of those cards is the Tower. It definitely looks like if you choose to use this new moon, it's definitely going to be shaking your world up, but in a good way. Remember that whenever the Tower card pops up, yes, your world is going to be rocked out every which way to Sunday and back again, and it's going to look like an earthquake hit it. But once this Tower moment is out of the way, if you choose to use this energy, there's going to be options and choices. There's going to be things to look around and go, I kind of want this. I want this to happen. I know which way to go now. I actually have choices on how to actually present myself to people, how to go forward in my career. There's going to be options again. And you're going to actually say, I think I got too many now. I don't know what to do, guys. So Pisces, while it's going to be ugly at first if you choose to use this new moon energy, it's going to bring about beautiful things. And if any of you got any help from those readings, please definitely leave a like and comment what your sign was. I love to see it. And since we're actually at 6:25 right now, I guess I will wrap it up with our usual meditation card. Thank all of you for joining me. I highly appreciate it. And for those of you that commented, super appreciate you guys, because believe it or not, but your comments and your likes and all those things actually do help immensely on making sure that people find my channel and I can still help people to the degree that I want to. But for our meditation card for the evening, I do absolutely love using my goddess cards, but I think this time we'll actually use my combination of Moonology and Shapeshifter cards, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what these guys look like. Yes, I know I probably broke a few rules on combining the two, but they work together so well. But for our Shapeshifter and Moonology Madness combination, let's see what we can't think on in case anyone chooses to, take a step back and go, how can I ensure that I have the best weekend possible before it arrives? How can I show up for myself? How can I show up for others? How can I just all around make sure that I am my absolute best self so I can enjoy my next few days off? Because most of us, have Saturday, Sunday. I unfortunately will be working Pride Fest on Saturday and a Psychic Fair Sunday, but for me that is not work. That's playtime. But for our meditation card, all right. So we have waxing moon, and ironically, that actually works out rather well because we want to grow, right? And waxing moon is all about growing energy. The energy is gaining momentum. So ask yourself tonight, where do I absolutely want my energy to start gaining momentum? Where do I want to start seeing things rolling in a good direction for me? And be specific, okay? You can't just say, oh, I want my love life to get better, or I want my career to get better. I want a better relationship with my family, whatever that looks like for you. Don't be broad. Narrow that sucker down, okay? If you want energy to start gaining momentum, is it in your shadow work? Do you want to start doing better on a certain portion of yourself that you know you could do better on? Do you want to start gaining momentum in getting that promotion at work, or getting even a completely different job in a different industry? What does that look like for you? And ask your spirit guides, how can you make that momentum happen? There's your homework for tonight, guys. I hope you have a fabulous evening. And don't forget, if you are a newbie, I am here every week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I would love to see all of you again soon. Happy meditating, happy new moon energying, and I'll see all of you later.